On today's Browns Report episode, Deion Sanders revealed a lot about the Cleveland Browns.
And Deion went on a podcast this week in Cleveland, and he said that his son endured hell during the 2025 pre-draft process and his rookie season with the Browns.
Everybody keeps acting like the Browns' quarterback battle is some normal competition between players trying to earn reps. It's not. This thing is turning into one of the biggest pressure situations in the NFL already. And now Deion Sanders just revealed information that changes how a lot of people are viewing Shedeur Sanders and Todd Monken behind the scenes. Because according to Deion, Todd Monken might already understand something about Shedeur that the previous coaching staff completely missed. And honestly, that's why the energy around Cleveland suddenly feels different. Because when Deion started talking publicly about Monken, he did not sound like a father trying to force his son into a starting job. He sounded like somebody who finally believes his son is around a coach who actually understands how to get the best out of him. That's a completely different conversation. And once Browns fans heard that, the debate exploded immediately.
A lot of people in Cleveland are still trying to separate the headlines and the social media image from who Shedeur is exactly as a man and a teammate. So a lot of people see the confidence. They see the jewelry. They see the spotlight.
Why wouldn't you see that? You were birthed from that. Like, this is what we do. It's not that we're trying to show out a showboat. This is how it was. Like, if you pull up videos when he was 12 and 10, it was that. Like, that's where we come from. That's how he was exposed, and that's what it was for him. So that was like a badge of honor when he could rope up or chain up or link up. Then he turned to gold to diamonds. Like that. That's where we come from, man. So
some fans are now convinced Shedeur is going to win the starting job sooner than people think. Others still believe Deshaun Watson is going to get the first opportunity no matter what happens in camp. But what Deion revealed about Monken and Shedeur's relationship might explain why the organization suddenly feels more optimistic internally than national media wants to admit. Because according to Deion, Todd Monken already brings a completely different energy into the building. That matters more than people realize.
Shedeur Sanders, the direct quote from Deion reads as so: I want to meet him because I think it's vital that as a coach, not the dad, I can tell him a few things about Shedeur, how to get him going. I do actually think that's a fine idea. Deion is saying he's meeting with him because he's coached Shedeur before. Not because he's his dad and he's going to make the case for the starting QB job, but he's saying Shedeur as a player, right? Deion has coached him, brought the most out of him at Colorado. He's going to let Monken know how to get the most out of number two.
Deion explained that he wants to meet with Monken not because he's trying to control the quarterback battle, but because he coached Shedeur for years and understands how to unlock him mentally. And honestly, if you remove the emotion from it, that makes perfect sense. Coaches constantly talk to former coaches about players. That's football. Teams ask about habits, learning styles, confidence, preparation, motivation, all of it. The only reason this became a huge story is because it's Deion Sanders. But the most interesting thing wasn't even the meeting itself. It was what Deion revealed about Shedeur's personality and what kind of coaching actually works for him. According to Deion, Shedeur feeds off positive reinforcement. He responds when coaches speak confidence into him. He thrives when he feels belief coming from the coaching staff. And immediately, Browns fans started connecting dots, because that sounds completely different from what people described last season.
He won 3 games and lost 4. And I thought he played very well under the circumstance for that sorry organization when it comes to quarterbacks,
Agreed.
as you know better than anybody, right? How they're treated, how they're developed. It's a bad place to be. But to the other point that you made, the kid kept a smile on his face the whole year.
Last year, Cleveland's offense looked tense, stiff, tight, like nobody was actually playing freely. Even when quarterbacks succeeded, it never felt like there was real offensive confidence flowing through the building. Everything looked robotic and cautious. And according to Shedeur's comments, he never really felt that strong relationship with Kevin Stefanski the way he already seems to feel with Todd Monken. That's huge, because quarterback development is psychological as much as physical. Fans love talking about arm strength and mechanics, but confidence changes everything at that position. One coach can completely unlock a quarterback mentally, while another coach accidentally shuts him down. And honestly, what Shedeur said about Monken sounded very revealing. He said Monken spoke life into him. That phrase matters.
In him, he didn't really have that relationship with Kevin Stefanski last year, who, didn't give out game balls to the rookie quarterbacks that got their first win, simply just gave him a nice job. Sanders doesn't feed off of that.
Young quarterbacks remember coaches who believe in them, especially in high-pressure situations. Cleveland is not an easy city to play quarterback in. Every throw gets analyzed. Every mistake becomes a debate. The franchise history hangs over everything. So when a quarterback finally feels genuine support from a coach, that relationship becomes powerful fast. And that is exactly why Deion seems genuinely excited about what he saw in Todd Monken. Not because he thinks Monken will hand Shedeur the job automatically, but because he believes Monken knows how to develop quarterbacks instead of simply surviving with them. And when you actually look at the track record, it is hard to ignore. Lamar Jackson had some of the best passing production of his career under Monken. Jameis Winston put up massive numbers in Tampa Bay. Ryan Fitzpatrick had one of the wildest stretches of his career under Monken too. Stetson Bennett became a national champion with Monken running Georgia's offense. Different styles, different personalities, different systems. Yet Monken keeps adapting to quarterbacks instead of forcing them into rigid systems that do not fit them. That is not coincidence anymore. That is a coaching identity. And that matters enormously for Shedeur Sanders, because he does not need a coach to reinvent him. He needs a coach who understands how to maximize what he already does well. Timing throws, accuracy, pocket calmness, intermediate passing, processing pressure. Those are strengths Monken can build around immediately. And Deion's comments about Monken being a straight shooter stood out too. Browns fans are exhausted by fake energy and empty optimism. Monken apparently comes in with honesty, directness, and urgency, focused on the now, not Cleveland's losing history, not old narratives, just the current opportunity. That is exactly the mindset this franchise needs right now. Here's the part nobody is talking about. Shedeur might actually benefit long-term from falling in the draft. Instead of carrying the pressure of being a top 3 savior pick, he enters the league with lower external expectations but massive internal motivation. That combination can be dangerous for the rest of the league. Deion also revealed something else important. The draft process bothered Deion more than it bothered Shedeur. That is revealing, because it suggests Shedeur already understands something many young athletes never figure out. Public narratives change constantly. One minute you're praised, the next minute you are criticized. The key is staying emotionally stable through all of it. Browns fans probably want exactly that mindset in their quarterback, because Cleveland media pressure destroys unstable quarterbacks quickly. Every interception becomes drama. Every loss becomes a referendum on the franchise. Every rumor spreads instantly. If Shedeur survived the chaos of the draft process emotionally intact, maybe that experience actually prepared him perfectly for everything that comes with playing quarterback in Cleveland. And Todd Monken might already understand that better than anyone, because Monken doesn't seem interested in forcing Shedeur to become somebody else. According to Deion, he wants to help him become the best version of himself. That's the difference between a coach who survives with quarterbacks and a coach who actually develops them. And that difference changes everything in a city that's been waiting for a real answer at the position for far too long. So now, the real question is simple. Did the rest of the NFL overthink Shedeur Sanders so badly during the draft process that Cleveland accidentally landed the quarterback who finally changes this franchise? Because after everything Deion revealed about Todd Monken, one thing is very clear. This quarterback battle is no longer just about talent. It's about belief. And right now, Todd Monken might already believe in Shedeur Sanders more than anybody outside that building expected.